Our next topic is the C chart. We use the C chart to track the number of nonconformities in a unit time or unit area. We have two key questions in mind. How can we construct the chart, and how can we use the chart to decide whether the process is in control or not? Let's take an example. The Woodland Paper Company produces paper for the newspaper company. The firm records the number of complaints it receives every week from its customers. When the paper production process is in control, it averages 20 complaints per week. A. Compute the upper control limit and the lower control limit of the C chart. So in the C chart, on the x-axis, we have every week, 1, 2, 3. On the y-axis, we have the number of nonconformities. In this case, we have the number of complaints. And we also have the upper control limit and the lower control limit. To compute these, we're going to use the following formulas. The upper control limit is C bar plus 3 times the square root of C bar, and the lower control limit is C bar minus 3 times the square root of C bar. And C bar is the average number of complaints per week. If this is not given, we can estimate this by averaging the weekly number of complaints. So let's go back to the question and see if C bar is given. It says it averages 20 complaints per week, so we know that C bar is 20. So let's plug this into our formulas. So 20 plus 3 times the square root of 20 is 33.4. That's the upper control limit, and the lower control limit is 6.6. So here is the C chart. On the x-axis, we have the week, and on the y-axis, we have the number of complaints per week, upper control limit and the lower control limit. Let's go to part B. In the past 5 weeks, the firm received the following numbers of complaints every week. 16 weeks in the first week, 16 complaints in the first week, 21, 17, 22, and 24. Is this process in control? Now, we already have the C chart. We want to use this to make a conclusion. So we want to plot these data points. So for this week, which one should we plot? 16. We plot 16. For this week, 16 complaints. And the next week, 21 complaints, and 17, 22, 24. 17, 22, and 24. Now we can make a conclusion. Is this process in control? Yes, all the observations are within the limits, so our conclusion is the process is in control. So here we have all the formulas for the upper control limit and the lower control limit for each of these charts. For the X bar chart, we have these formulas. Here is the R chart, here is the P chart, here is the C chart.